Hey everyone, welcome back to episode number 6 of the Solo Heroic Challenger World Progression series. The series where we see how far we can get in Solo Challenge World. And I have been making a bit of progress. So as you can see, we're 262, giving a go at Lucid in the background. There's going to be a ton of not just regular XP progress in this episode, but also quite a bit of gear progress. And we even take a few goes at some bigger bosses for me, that's for sure. And the first one is here. It's going to be Lucid. I actually also took down Gloom just before this, but I think I forgot to record it. It actually wasn't too difficult of a fight. I think Gloom is one of the easier bosses in the game, honestly, kind of depending on class, of course. But for Wind Archer, it wasn't too bad. Anytime I was in darkness, I could pretty much put up my shield for the entire time, so that helped a lot. And on top of that, almost all of my skills are AoE based, so I'm able to kill any adds and stuff like that really easily. And also my movement just makes it kind of well suited to get out of the way of all of the big damaging arms. So after that, I felt pretty confident and I jumped right into normal Lucid. This was actually the first time that I used Maple Scouter just to see if it would, even be viable to jump into Lucid. And I'd recommend trying out Scouter if you are feeling like you're close to a boss and not really sure and you kind of don't want to waste your time. It really does help save, or at least give you that peace of mind that if it says you're like 200% chance of, or 200% capable of doing this boss, there's a good chance that you can do it for sure. If it says 95 or only like 105%, you're getting close, and technically you probably could kill that boss, but you'd have to play perfectly. So honestly, my recommendation, assuming you put everything correctly into Maple Scouter, there's plenty of guides out there on how to get it to work because it's all in Korean. If you're able to figure it out, then honestly, it helps a lot, and I'd recommend trying any boss that you're worried about as long as you're around 150+% as far as, because that's a calculation of your raw damage, so that's just assuming you are only damaging the boss optimally for the entire time. So I like to say around, from my experience, if your Scouter says 150%, there's a pretty good chance you can do it. It might take you a while, but there's a pretty good chance. So that's what I ended up doing here, and as you can see, I was able to pretty much take down the boss. Not too bad at all. Didn't really drop anything. Obviously, I don't think anything drops from normal Lucid, or maybe there's a small chance, but I honestly didn't really expect anything. I was just happy to get that over with. It did take me 3 tries, weirdly enough, 3 tries on a lot of bosses. Maybe there is actually something to that old saying, but that is how I went with Lucid. We do take a go at a little more difficult of a boss later on, but I'll leave you with that teaser. Let's jump into the other clips. Alright, so we've finished a bit of grinding and it's the next day. We did all of our dailies and everything. So I don't know what it is, but everything kind of came together. This is kind of going to be a big opening for the day. I have all my dailies to turn in, so I'll do that real quick. There we go. This isn't honestly that big a deal, but we do have 1.2 bill. So, as per tradition, we are going to buy a stack of cubes and see how this goes. I'm going to try and cube up. I decided that I'm just going to try and 17 star some of these earrings and cube it up to legendary for drop gear. Even if I don't end up keeping them, or if I try to go to 17 or 20 and they boom, kind of, maybe if I decide that I'll take another pair to legendary again or something like that, and I'll just have drop separately. I don't know, but I figure 17 is going to be worth it anyways because it's going to be an extra bit of attack power, and putting it up to legendary will be good for damage if I want to roll damage on it. So, that being said, I am going to be trying to go for reinforced earrings as well. So this will be just for drop. So I am going to go for a drop pendant as well as drop earrings eventually. Probably that's the plan for now. It kind of changes like pretty much every day. So this is actually kind of a really sick roll. 75 dex. That's kind of a lot. I might actually keep that one over the one I was rolling. So Seems honestly quite a bit better. We do have 1.1 billion though, which means we can start cubing. Here we go. Let's actually wait before we buy these. Did all my dailies, didn't get anything good. We have compensation. So they actually finally fixed it. This is the compensation for the compensation for the compensation. So I haven't looked. Apparently a bunch of people are getting different things. A lot of people are just getting, you know, the one mag pot that it was supposed to be. We're going to check and see. Hopefully it's a crazy, you know, 100 mag pots. I don't know, but we'll see. Hey, we got 2 of them. Okay, so we have the 12th and the 14th. Let's open the 12th. And then the 14th. Man, hoping for something good. I don't even know what to expect. Anything good? We're looking for Soul, Erda, and Frags. That would be huge. Check it out. Okay. Nothing in here. It is all claimed. Okay, cool. So, yep. All right, cool. Can't claim this anymore. Don't know why they gave it back to me. Yeah, really unfortunate. I was hoping maybe it was a visual bug and they're trying to give it back to me. All right, well that's useless. And we have the new one too. Okay, so it's kind of what I expected. It's the one mag pot. This was supposed to be the original stuff that they gave you. I'm not going to be ungrateful. You know, this is free stuff. I've been grinding, so this isn't needed. It's just nice to have. So I'll take these and I will put them to very good use. Also, this is good news because, well, one, it's just going to make all the grinding easier. But two, I actually think this mag pot might just take us into the next level. So let's check. We're 83%. Hey, there we go, dude. 263. Not looking too shabby. Alright. So we got a bunch of XP stuff going. Oh, this is actually so great. So I only need one of these. And look at this. So let's unlock this. And there we go, dude. Hexa, Janus, unlocked. Finally, I can grind. I can finally grind like a, I don't know, like a demon, like a good player. Finally, like, I feel like I can play the game. Janus is so nice. I was just putting it off because it is so much better to have the other things early on when trying to boss. That being said, I do need more frags, so I'm not going to unlock another frag with, or I'm not going to unlock another Erda with this, even though that would allow me to upgrade something right away. I am going to do the responsible thing, and, well, it's only 30. You know, it's only 30. I could upgrade something with one Soul Erda. I could upgrade Trifling Wind yet again. Fine, we'll do the responsible thing. Fragments. Just revealing to that guy my deepest, darkest secret that I've never actually whapped, so yeah. We'll see what he thinks about that. Alright, cool. So we used the Soul Erda and all that stuff. We unlocked Soul Janus. I actually meant to unlock a fragment just now, but that's totally fine. Not a big deal. We got Janus level 1. That is huge. Janus. And yeah, I'm super happy about that. Unfortunately, this comp box is just going to sit in our inventory till it breaks. Because we can't drop it, unfortunately. And we got XP stuff. So this will, honestly, huge day. We got all this stuff, you know. Can't use any of it. Not really useful, so I'm just stacking it up in my inventory for now. And yeah, that's overall great. Just thought I'd check in and show how sick these comp boxes are. I know a lot of people are complaining, but I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, we'll get up to 25 boss. All right, cool. So up to 25 boss, And Monster Park levels up tomorrow, so that'll be really exciting. Oh, actually, yo, this might throw a wrench in the works. Look at this. Our new ring. Check it out. Big ring gains. Huge. Alright, so we have the Tenebris. Let me make sure. Yeah, we have the Tenebris, that's it. We can get the... yeah, we'll get the Awake Ring, I guess. I like the look of the Awake Ring a lot. This is a straight up upgrade over our Blossom by default. This is going to be our new drop gear. This is what I was planning on doing. I was kind of just updating you guys, letting you know I am... I don't know if I put that clip in here or not, but either way, I am going to be rolling a necklace and an earring up to 15 and 17 stars respectively eventually. And then I am going to be using those for drop gear as well. So I'm going to do the ring first though, and we have a decent amount of money. We still have 5 cubes from our last rolling session, and we have some money for more cubes, so 50 more black cubes. You know, it's kind of cool being able to just spend everything. I don't need to wait because this character is just so desperate for stuff. We're going to start rolling right away and trying to get legendary right away. I know some people said they already saved up and got the legendary potential scroll for this ring, and that's cool, but I don't really mind. We leveled up right there. I don't really mind because I already used all of those points, all the memento points on other cubes, which is, you know, just as valuable for me. So there we go. Plus we're getting lucky. Okay, 41 cubes. Do not eat. Oh my god. This is the luckiest I've been on rings in so many days. Huge. Alright, now we need to roll drop. Drop stat would be so nice. Or, I mean, triple dex I actually might take. Okay, there we got drop. Well, that was easy. And it is so nice having Janus now. Soul Janus is so sick. For anyone that doesn't really know what Soul Janus is, it is a 6th job skill that everyone has access to, and it just gives you more XP and allows you to do an extra summon that looks like that circle right there. Makes training insanely easy. It was already really easy on this class, to be fair. I'm not complaining by any means, but it just makes it so all my kills per hour way more consistent. And I honestly just have to think way less. Before, I kind of had to like optimize my stuff, especially because I don't have a cooldown hat, so I really had to think about when I was using abilities in order to make sure that I'm full clearing the map. Now, it's no problem. The Soul Janus procs and kills everything, and I'm pretty sure it also procs, feel free to correct me, I think it also procs the Urda Fountain as well, so they kind of just take care of the entire half of the right side of the map, and I do the left side of the map. And it is really, really good, really convenient. It also actually does just straight up give you 10% extra XP as a, you know, a basic modifier on the skill. It doesn't show here, but in the 6th job it does. So it does give you right there 10% extra passive XP, and that does increase as you increase the skill. So it's just crazy good. I didn't want to get it at first because I was trying to clear bosses early, and for that you need damage. So that's why I did the other skills instead of Soul Janus first. I would highly recommend just getting Soul Janus right away. It's hard to go wrong. It is a little expensive to unlock, but once you unlock it, you are going to have a great time. If you unlock it to level 10, I think, I've never done this, but if you unlock it to level 10, I do think you get a second ball to summon, which sounds kind of insane. So I would highly recommend unlocking at least level 1 if you plan on grinding at all. If you're more of a daily story player, probably not worth it, at least not right away. But considering I'm now 263 and, you know, still going for a little while, because I've kind of out-leveled this place, I think. You generally want to be within a level of wherever you're going, so because I'm 263, I generally want to be a place where the enemies are 264, which I have a place in mind. If you need a place to level as soon as you get to 260, this place, Royal Library Section 4, really good. Not very difficult to clear for most classes if I had to guess, just because of how simple the layout is. It's just a rectangle. Not very tall maps, not very big maps, so overall pretty desirable, I think. So that's why I like to come here. But I am just honestly so happy with how Soul Janus is, and I had to let people know. Hey, there we go, 264. That actually wasn't too bad of a grind, I'm not gonna lie. So we are grinding, we've been grinding for a little while now. Obviously, I mean 264, and I'm hoping to hit 265 kinda soon. It's a little bit of a race against the clock situation, so let me quickly take a break here. Just wanted to loot everything. So it's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday, big XP Sunday. Tons of stuff coming up for XP, and on top of that, we have this to look forward to, our mag pot. This gives about 20% of a level, give or take a little bit, and we're going to get around 10 to 20% of a level just from Monster Park as well. So we will be hopefully right around 40% going into Sunday, and you get the extra XP on Sunday. I have no coupons here, but I'll have these daily coupons. I'm going to unlock some of these VIP boosters, and on top of that, I don't have any XP coupons here, but I'll have the daily one from Challenger World and the 3 from the Morningstar dailies. So I'm not going to have a ton of XP coupons, but I'm hoping that with all of that, I'm able to get 265 a day. Kind of crazy, kind of ambitious, and the reason I'm going for this so hard is because I have these 100 sacred symbols selectors. They run out in just 5 hours after reset, and I have chores to do right now, so I am going to come back at reset and try to knock everything out. I'll give you another update. We'll see where we are and how much more I have to grind. Hopefully I'm able to do it by the time this expires, which is I think 10:50 my time, so not a ton of time. I think it's around 5 or 6 hours of grinding remaining. I don't know how fast or how long it'll take me to get that remaining 60%. Hopefully, less than that. So we are gonna see, and hopefully it's enough. If not, I'm gonna have to use this on Cernium. Not the biggest deal, but I do want more symbol power, more sacred power, so that I could go into the better grinding areas. Just to put into perspective, this place I've been grinding at this whole time, Curious Scholar Ghosts, I should move on. I'm not because of familiars. I've been grinding here, and the difference between here, Curious Scholar Ghost at the Royal Library Section 4, and the next place I want to go to, a place I've never been to, Hotel Arcus, I want to go to here, Outlaw Infested Wastes 4, for the Iron Shot Desperados at 265. The difference between the spot I'm at now and Outlaw Infested Wastes 4 is actually goes from 27 bill XP an hour max up to 37 bill XP an hour max. So that is a gigantic increase. It's also going to be more miso and stuff like that too, but it's really about the XP. So we're going to shoot for 265 as hard as we possibly can. And I might even move to a different map that has higher XP than Royal Library, maybe something in Burnium. Arcus. We finally made it, so here we are. Finally got to the next zone, and in case you're wondering, did I make my goal? Did I get 265 in 3 hours? Well, hell no, man. We weren't even close. We totally underestimated the goal by about 45 minutes. And on top of that, I had never done a Hotel Arcus. This is the first time I've ever been here, so I still had to do the pre-quest. I definitely missed it by a lot. It's okay though. We ended up throwing the rest of the Cernium stuff, or the rest of the symbols onto Cernium. So they didn't go to waste or anything like that. They just went not into Hotel Arcus, which is fine. And we do have some more here, some symbol selector coupons that are expiring kind of soon. So we'll type out our essay and we'll be able to claim these. There's going to be 2 of them, so that's kind of nice. And this will start us off on a pretty good path. We'll copy and paste that just so we don't have to type the essay twice. Bam, bam, bam. There we go, 80. And we'll also do this one. We're up to 90. Kind of the same thing as getting 100, you know, from that one. It's not a big deal that we didn't get it. I wish we did. It would have been nice if we did. I'm going to do the daily, and that should get us up even more, up to level 3. That'll be nice. I did the pre-quest for this. Didn't take too long at all. Honestly, not that bad fighting all the enemies, even with a little bit of a lower than I would have wanted sack. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. We get so much extra sacred power from our title or whatever it is that it's not really a big deal that we didn't do our goal. It would have been nice. It was a fun little thing. I did use up all of the XP stuff that I wanted to, all of the VIP boosters and everything. Did as much as I possibly could, got all the MVPs I could, and we were making pretty good pace, around 14% XP per hour, which at 260 is really, really nice. Didn't quite make it though, but in the end, it was just a fun little thing to try and do. Alright, so and with that, that's going to be about it for this video. We actually made a decent amount of progress, kind of just all around. We had even a little bit of small gear gains that was kind of unexpected, and a lot of leveling gains. As you can see in the background, this is the current boss that I am working on in the progress. This is definitely not the kill, don't worry, I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek at how I'm going at Dunkel. And honestly, this is probably one of the cooler bosses. I know a lot of people hate this boss, and there's a lot of dodging, and a lot of people, you know, aren't really too fond of that. But I honestly think it's a pretty good boss, and I like it so far. So I'll leave you off on that note. We finally made it to Arcus. That was kind of fun. It would have been nice to have those extra symbols for Hotel Arcus, because you get way less than in Cernium, if anyone doesn't know. But it's okay, we'll recover, we'll move on, we'll continue our dailies, and we'll go into the next episode, hopefully with a little bit more gains gear-wise, because we're gonna be gearing up for some shiny Starforce. Thanks again for tuning in, hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.